All right, I'm back. Apparently it closed that part. If I minimize it, it stops recording. So I'm gonna keep it in the background. Good. This is Second Corinthians 10:3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. So that's how we deal with things, man. To the Lord to pull down these strongholds. Vengeance is of the Lord's, man. We don't take vengeance into our own hands. Okay, I just had to clear that up real quick. You never know, man. Somebody might send this to Mr. Vocab Malone, which obviously, man, you got serious. If you are watching, you got serious psychological problems, man. You have a very unhealthy obsession with the Hebrew Israelites, man. It's almost on a level of psychotic, unless it's your job. Then I kind of get it. But if it is your job, then that means that you are an agent. Okay. Which I have a very strong suspicion you are, because man, I can't imagine anybody being that obsessed with a group and belief system, man. Like like can't you give it a rest already? Oh, okay, this is Second Corinthians, and I'll jump down, okay, because there's a good point in this chapter. Second Corinthians 10:7. Do ye look on things after the outward appearance? Okay, and this is to you jakes that look like the other nations, man. You know, gird up your loins and be a man. All right, put yourself out there and teach the truth if you have that ability, man. Stop hiding behind the keyboard. Ain't no keyboard warrior is gonna get no benefits in the kingdom, man. Okay, salvation ain't gonna come to you keyboard warriors, man. If you really are a keyboard warrior, then you better be helping. Okay, you better be giving brothers a place to stay, or helping pay the bills or whatever, or sending some tithes, or assisting brothers in other ways. Okay, but like it says in Matthew, I believe it's the 9th chapter, we need laborers for this harvest, man. Okay, start putting in some work, man. Because I know there's more of y'all out there that look like the other nations. And hey, man, Lord willing, with all the things going on in Israel right now, with Yahanna being the most recent one being exposed, the Al-Azhar and the Sakari getting exposed, okay, and the group Genesis, and what do they call that group, the Bread of Life or whatever. All these Israelite camps are getting exposed in 2025, man. This might be the year when you see a lot of other brothers uh, looking like the other nations coming in, man. Okay? 2 Corinthians 10:7. Do ye look on things after the outward appearance? If any man trust to himself that he is YAHAWASHI's, okay? Any man think to himself, which if you think you're of YAHAWASHI, then that means that what? You're an Israelite. Okay, the name of the Lord is dreaded amongst the heathen. Let him of himself think this again, that as he is of the Messiah, even so are we of Yahawashi. Okay? Now let's go back to Romans 8. Hey man, it's spiritual, man. It feels like the congestion's clearing up a little bit the more I go into this lesson. Okay? Because that'll happen, man. When you ain't doing the right thing, or when uh when you're not doing your responsibilities in a hasty manner, man, the Lord will put things on you, man. Hey, man, sometimes the Lord will just put things on you just to give you hell, right? Just say, oh man, we'll make this guy sick, and see if he's still gonna do videos. Sometimes the Lord will put a trial before you, man, just to see if you do the right thing and if you persevere and continue pushing. Okay. But a lot of you bullshit Israelite groups, man, you guys just do whatever you want and you don't think there's going to be no consequences. Every time you catch hell, there's a lesson to be learned. Back in Romans 8 and 14, for as many as are led by the Spirit of the Most High, they are the sons of Yahawah. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption. Okay? And our people were scattered, man. And now they're coming back in, you know? In fact, if you look at the old Hebrew Israelite videos, it was almost all so-called black men at first. And then the Latinos started coming in and the Native Americans. All right? And now it's going to be time for the Israelite foreigners to start coming in, man. And you guys that are discouraged uh, by the growth of this truth, you shouldn't be. Okay, because this truth is growing by leaps and bounds all the time, man. And it's really not about numbers; it's about the elect. Okay, and the Lord can add thousands of souls in a day if He wants. There's uh, accounts in the scriptures where the Lord added thousands of people to His truth in a day. Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahawah HaShem YAHAWASHI. Okay? Now think about the olive tree. Okay? Some of those branches were broken off and they're being grafted back in. Okay? They're being grafted back in. And think about uh, a fruit tree, right? Or even just a type of fruit. You can have a whole bunch of different species of apples, right? Different kinds of apples, different kinds of grapes, right? Different kinds of citrus fruits. Not all the fruits are going to look the same, man. Okay? Not all the fruits are going to look the same, man. Ooh, this is a good one I should get, man. Hang on, brothers. Let me see if I can believe it's this chapter. This is one of the ones that hurts people's feelings, man. Okay, it's got to be the next. Bear with me. This one hurts people's feelings, man. All right, because you gotta really politically correct spirit going on, man. A lot of you guys, you just don't understand that life can be different than what it is here in Babylon, the Great America. This is Deuteronomy 21 and 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy power hath delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive, okay, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman. Now keep in mind, these are other nations, right? These are other nations, right? It doesn't got to be just the sisters. You guys are ridiculous, man. Why anybody would want exclusively black women in 2025 the way that they act now? You got something wrong with you, man. You just asking for trouble, okay? And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. No, I'm not saying that about all the sisters. You do got sincere sisters in this. And has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Notice how politically incorrect that is, right? You guys that come at us for the grape thing. Okay, so if you want her to be your wife, you can take her, man. This is a war of this is a law of war, man. And thou shalt bring her home to thy house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails. Right, a spoil of war. How is that for equal rights and feminism and shit, man? You Israelites like to put your women on a pedestal, man. Okay, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thy house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. Now let me ask you this. Make sure this is still going. Let me ask you this, okay? If you have a child with that woman, what nation is it? What nation is it? You're going to another nation, and you're making war, and you're taking a woman as a captive and making her your wife. If you have a child with that woman, what nation is it? Right? It's going to have, and when the baby comes out, it's going to have characteristics of the father and the mother. So obviously, that child is an Israelite, right? And it's going to end up looking a little bit like its mother too. So it's not going to be just black. Get out of here with that shit, man. You guys keep falling for the devices of this devil. We're tired of going back and forth with you people, man. We want to get the hell out of here, man. Hang on 1 second, brothers. Oh, man. It's not formatted properly. I'm trying to view this in the NLT. See if there's anything. Come on, man. There we go. See if there's anything different. Anything. Oh, there's nothing drastically changed about that. Let's get 1 John 4, and then we'll probably wrap it up, man. So we really don't need to go that deep into this topic. Okay, you can read Acts, the 2nd chapter. You can read Matthew 15 and 24. The Lord said that He's not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. Okay, and those sheep are scattered. I mean, not very difficult. 1 John 4 and 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Hereby know ye the Spirit of the Most High. Every spirit that confesseth that YAHAWASHI is come in the flesh is of Yahawah. Okay, so we're supposed to try the spirits, man. Okay, try the spirits, man. This is Jake carries a certain aura about him, a certain vibration, a certain charisma about him. He's got certain skill sets, certain vibrations, certain mannerisms, right? They're into certain things. Okay. Hey, one of the things that we ask, well, at least back in the day when we used to play around with people who used to come out to the camp, we used to ask them, one of the first things we would ask them was, how do you like your steak? How do you like your steak? Okay? Because Jake likes his meat cooked. That's a characteristic of our people, man. If you see somebody come up to the camp and they say, what do they call it? Let's sit with fire. Put it on one side for a minute, flip it, and put it on the plate. Okay? We know Esau likes his steak like that, man. Blood all over the plate, swirling the mashed potatoes and the carrots and the blood and eating it for flavor. He likes that metallic iron taste, man. Ugh, ridiculous, man. Our people, they carry a certain spirit about them, man. They're musical people, okay? No, I'm not saying that every single musician in the world is an Israelite, okay? This is Matthew 5 and 13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. So the scriptures say that our people are the salt of the earth. Okay? Our people are a special people, man. They're when they put their mind to something, they can be exceptional, even despite all the obstacles in front of them, man. We always like to use the example of Blake Griffin. Okay? We like to use the example of uh Bruce Lee. There's a lot of musicians, man. Oh my goodness, I go on forever with musicians. Who's well? Hey, Apostle Gabar likes to talk about Phil Collins, man. That's funny because when I first came into this truth, you know, that was one of the examples that I thought of. Even before he mentioned it, I heard him mention it in a video. Okay, even before then, and it was funny because right before I came in the truth, man, there's one Jake. I used to hear him. He was my neighbor. He used to listen to Phil Collins all the time. Like, man, what are you doing listening to Phil Collins all the time, man? You know? And he's like, oh, that's because that's a black man trapped in a white man's body. He's got too much soul. Okay, and there's plenty of other examples, man. Plenty of other examples, man. I'm just shooting. My mind's just blank right now, but there's a whole bunch, especially in the world of music. You had a lot of great guitarists that look like so-called Edomites. I mean, that look like Edomites, I should say, that are Jakes, you know, elite level drummers and bass guitarists. Well, hey, getting back to Phil Collins, right? The musical group Genesis. Him, uh, Peter Gabriel's got to be a Jake, man. He's too talented not to be. Uh, who else was in that group? Oh man, Michael Rutherford. You know, he's one of the he's a hell of a melodic bassist, man, rhythmic bass. Um, the group Pink Floyd, they got David Gilmour in there. He's got to be a Jake. Roger Waters. Roger Waters is a hardcore conspiracy theorist, man. He was the brains behind that. You know, and all kinds of other examples, man. Just all kinds of examples out there. You go on forever and ever and ever and ever. All right, but they're not in the truth. Okay, they're not in the truth. But with that, I believe I proved the point. So the question remains. Hang on, put this to the forefront. Question remains, man. Am I a black Hebrew Israelite? Are those other brothers? Are they black Hebrew Israelites? Or are they Hebrew Israelites? Which one is it? Okay. And if you may look up the other nations and you accept this truth, you're more than likely a Jake, man. Hey, the scriptures say that many are called, but few are chosen. If you're called into this thing, man, you got to take that jump because you don't get called twice. Okay? Stop pussyfooting around. Start taking this serious, man, because it's a blessing to be in this truth. Okay? And stop hiding behind your keyboard. Put your face out there, man. You know? But with that, till next time, shalom.